Hey guys, Stuck on Collectibles. My name is Brian. Thank you for stopping by. We got a comic haul today. Went to local LCS and picked up some comic books. Thought I'd do something a little different with my collecting. I picked two or three titles, and I'm just going to work try to get as many of them as I can to try to get it complete. Then I'll move on. Especially when you're going shopping at the comic shop, just hit one title and just boom, 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 boom. Now, when I do the comic packs, it'll be a little different. You just find what you can find. But so that's what we got here. But first of all, if you're new here, thank you for stopping in. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. We're on our way to try to get to 100 subs. We got the giveaway still going on for the Amazing Spider-Man figure. Link the video below. And if you're new, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Tell me what your favorite book is out of here. And we'll go on from there. Going to this LCS, I don't get monthly books. Only real monthly books I really get are the new Transformers. I pick up and I just pick them off the wall when I see them, and Thundercats. That's about it. And I'm probably gonna start picking up GI Joe again. Those are about the main three that I pick up monthly. That when I see them. Basically, years ago I had a collection. Things happened. I sold said collection. Now I'm trying to rebuild most of that collection, which is going to be impossible, but I'll build back what I can. Pretty good, huh? But I went to this LCS, and it's a nice place. They don't have a lot of older books. Mostly what they have is modern from like maybe the last 10 years. You might find a couple older books that people might have traded in. I think the earliest I've seen is there was a couple Fantastic Fours and the high 100s, but you're not. I didn't see any like Spider-Man 300s. You're not going to find a Hulk 181. You're definitely not going to find an X-Men 1 or an Avengers 1 or anything like that that I've seen. Uh, they have probably about a dozen slabs, and there's some of the slab prices are like brand new slabs, and they're a little high, I think. Not that I buy slabs. Uh, some of the book prices are, I think, a little high. So those titles that I'm working on that I think their titles, the price is a little high, I'll get what I can afford, and then I'll find it someplace else. Because I was working on the title of Babylon 5, and they want $8 to $10 an issue, and I'm like, no. Most of the stuff that I'm working on now, when I stopped collecting probably about 2017, 2018, most of the stuff was dollar bin stuff. And I can't see how in 5 years most of this dollar bin stuff went to $10, $20 books. I mean, to tell you the truth, back in 2017, most of the G.I. Joe books from Marvel were still dollar bin books. I don't know what happened in the 2020s that made most of these books jump to $5 and $10 and $20 books, because that's just nuts. But I got there, I started looking through the dollar bins, and I'll keep the story short. The lady behind the counter said, when I was looking through the dollar bins, she goes, "You know those books aren't mint in the dollar bins." I'm thinking, well, me personally, I don't buy books for the value. I buy books to read. Every book I keep, I read. So there you go. And most of them I've read in the past. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just rebuilding my collection, and I'll read them as I go along. Especially when I complete the series. I got a couple orders coming in from eBay that at least complete one series, and I'm working on completing the second series. So yeah, and they're not. The first one I completed was not a very big series. It was a 7-issue series. No great importance. It was based on off a cartoon. I won't give too much away because it'll be here in a couple days. I was missing 3 issues, and I picked up all 3 issues from one dealer on eBay. So yeah, So what I'll do is once I get those 3 issues, I'll sit down and read the 7 issues again, rebag them, and boom, they'll go back in the box. But, and I was like, I explained to her, I said, I don't worry about the value. Most books, as long as they're not destroyed, uh, modern books, as long as they're about a 9.4 and above, not really bent or dinged or whatever, as long as I can read them. And if I was worried about the value, I would have them slapped, but or something like that. But I buy them to read. And she just looked at me like, oh. She goes, that's odd. Not many people come into our comic book store to read comic books. They buy them to invest comic books. I'm like, that's not the way to keep a business open, but okay. But this shop I stopped at most of the time, every weekend they worry about Magic the Gathering and they do the gaming thing. So he has boxes upon boxes of comics that you can't get to because they're stacked on top of each other. And he has a whole other room that he keeps open for gaming, which he should just open up, set these boxes out during the week, and let people go through. And then when it's time for the game, you just take them off the tables and play your games. But it is what it is. But we're going to start with what I found in the dollar bin. Then we'll find, and there's most people won't find these spectacular. Me, I do. But like here's Doom 2099, number $10. And most of the Doom books outside of number 1 have been in the dollar bins for a long time. Here's 2099 World of Doom Special, was in the dollar bin. And these are in excellent shape. I've already sat down and read them. Here was a newer one, variant cover. The Uncanny X-Men number 3, this is the Jubilee cover. Was in the dollar bin. Don't know why. Nothing wrong with it. I've not had a chance to read it yet because if I'm going to read it, and I'm going to keep it, I want to get issues 1 and 2, I guess, of the new Uncanny X-Men. And this one, I did sit down and read because this is issue number 1 of the new G.I. Joe. And this is a variant cover. I think this is cover E of G.I. Joe number 1 in the dollar bin. Nothing wrong with it. And she said all the ones in the things are damaged. There's no spine ticks. The sides are fine. There's no crinchage. Nothing. So, now, the books I pulled out of the bins, I've separated by titles. These are the couple of the titles I'm working on. Here's Dark Ages. This is the Marvel series. Here's number 6, cover A. Here's Dark Ages, number 6, cover B. Now, when it comes to, I hate to be a completionist, but that's what I'm going to try to do. But when it comes to a lot of these variants ones, especially like the store exclusives and stuff like that, they're going to be hard to get. But if I can get cover A, B, C, then I'm going to do that. Now, here's DC versus Vampires number 1. I think this is the B cover. Vampire Batman. Hope you can see that better. Glare. Oh, and here's DC versus Vampires 2, the A cover. You might see a theme here. DC versus Vampires, this is the A cover of number 6. And DC versus Vampires B cover of number 6. There's DC versus Vampires number 7. This is the B cover. Well, looks like Harley Quinn being a vampire. Let's stay. This is DC versus Vampires All Out War number 3, the A cover. To me, this cover is a little busy. You got all of it there. It's just confusing. The Vengeance of Bane. Yeah, okay, whatever. And this is DC versus Vampires All Out War number 5. That's a nice cover. And the last one. This is DC versus Vampires Hunters number 1. This is a one-shot. I think this is the A cover with Robin on the cover. And these were all in the bin. These were all still cover price. So I had no problem with that. Now, for me, please don't make fun. Please. I got a binder. And these are the sets I'm working on. I actually wrote out each one. Because I was tired of getting doubles. I mean, the Transformers and the Thundercats alone, I must have had a double just about at least each other issue that I was buying. So I made a list. I mean, this thing is that thick. And let me tell you, I just started with this order. I bought another white box. I'm on my 5th short box of rebuilding my collection, and which is phenomenal. And that's what I'm going to store them in, short boxes, because back in the day I had so many long boxes and a couple short boxes that the long boxes just take up more room. I'm sorry. And my room, being the size it is, I mean, I started cutting back on the figures. But with my eBay store, I don't have the room in here for long boxes. So short boxes, I got a table under here. I can stack them up too high. I could probably get 10 under there, hopefully. So that's what I'm going to do. And I still haven't gone through all of them to put in this book yet. I went through 3 of the short boxes. I still have 2 more that I'm going through. I haven't gotten to the my G.I. Joe ones and a few other issues. I mean, there's a couple in here where like before Watchmen, I got the Comedian. I have only 1 issue out of the 6 issues. There's like A, B, C, D covers. So I got issue 1, cover A. Will I get B, C, D of all of them? Probably not. And if I get 1 of each one that I sit down and read the whole thing, I'd be happy. But like for DC versus Vampires, I like all the covers, just about. So I'm going to go for all the covers. Transformers, I'm going to go for as many as I can. Transformers, Thundercats is getting a little repetitive because it's, you got the full cover, then you got the Virgin cover, then you got the foil cover. I'd rather just get the Virgin and the foil. But most of them are $10, $20 compared to paying $4 for the regular cover. So it all depends. And I have not given up on my goal. I'm still working on the original Thundercats from Marvel Star. This store only had 1, and it was destroyed beyond belief. And I already had that copy. They had a copy of issue, I think it was 8 or 9, I think I have. And their cover was... And they still wanted $5 for it. No. But, yeah. That's the haul for this video. Sorry it took so long. I wasn't intending on making it this long. But thank you for tuning in. The giveaway's going on. We're trying to get to 100 subs. So if you can subscribe, please do. Enter the giveaway. I will enter all that stuff below. I have an eBay store if you want to check that out. I am clearing out some of my figures if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff. I put a couple comic books on there too, so tell me what your favorite book was. I know it's a lot of DC versus vampires, but hey, there'll be more stuff to come. I have at least 3 orders coming in from eBay in the near future. That'll probably be the next 2 videos, so stay tuned. Or he'll come and get you. Or better yet, she can come get you. But yeah, thanks guys.